Well, after the Mecca that was Charlotte Motor Speedway, they're the 14th, stop number 14 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, brings us to the track. This 1 mile brings us to this 1 mile high banked racetrack that can be affectionately referred to or hatingly referred to as the Monster Mile. Then, of course, that would be none other than Dover Downs International Speedway in Dover, Delaware. Is where we're at here today. For 60 laps of action, it's running of the FedEx 400s. We're set for some great action here today. And on the pole race event here, it is Seth Cole, car number 98, the Caleb Ford. He won the season at Auto Club Speedway in California. He'll be alongside Levi McIntyre, yet to win the season, but still very much in contention points-wise in the Aflac Ford, car number 99. Row 2 has Keith Batson in car 88, the Quality Care Services Ford Credit Ford Taurus. He'll be alongside the man he's had 2 run-ins with already at Charlotte, Joshua Osborne, in the 78 Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Toyota. If you remember, they took each other out twice before, and it was one time in the Winston and one time in the 600. Neither one have won yet this season. We'll see if one of those two can do it today. Third row, we'll have Mitchell Collins, a good qualifying run for him in that FedEx Toyota car number 11. He'll be alongside Jesse Turner in 01, the U.S. Army Pontiac. Row 4 will have 3-time winner this season, Zach Rogers in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet, and Jackson Haywood in number 7, the XL Batteries Ford. Next row down has Phil Parker in the UAW Delphi Chevrolet, and car number 25, he won at Darlington. He'll be alongside Cat Batson in the Texaco Haviland Ford, car number 28. The 6th row will have 2 of our in-car cameras, Joshua Osborne. I'm going to go ahead and say he's our 3rd in-car camera. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Anyway, our other 2 in-car cameras, this is in the 6th row, Charles Sanford in car 24, the DuPont Chevrolet, and the Miller Lite Dodge of Dylan Young has the outside. Going to the 7th row, we'll have Jay Jefferson in car 5, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet, and Benjamin Miles in car 21, the Motorcraft Whip Lane Ford. Next row down, Kev Shear in 00, the Aaron Street Machine Toyota, and number 16, Family Channel Ford of Paul Minnick. Next row down has Zach Winkle in 26, the Irwin Tools Ford, and Nathan Orman in number 1, the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boat Chevrolet. Next row down has Cole Deaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet car number 3, and car number 89, the winner at Atlanta this season, it is Quentin Moore. Next row down has car 30, Shane Lake, the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 9, Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet of Zachary Fitzwater. Next row down has car number 43, the Daytona 500 champion, Mike Becker. He's a former Dover winner as well. Alongside of him, Emmanuel Harden in the Dollar General Toyota, car number 20. Next row down, Dylan Poteet in 22, the Caterpillar Pontiac, and number 31, James Henry in the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. Next row down, Ryan George in number 20 and number 15, the Quality Care Ford, and Tristan Allen, 1 number down, and number 14, the Office Depot Mobile One Chevrolet. Next row down, Matt Haas in the Interstate Batteries Pontiac, car number 18, and Johnny Gardner in number 12, the Alltel Mobile One Dodge. Nearly won to 600 at Charlotte this season, only had to get past off the last turn of the last lap in that race by somebody else in the back row, as a matter of fact, I might add, too. Next row down is Kyle Matthews in 42, the Coors Light Pontiac. He's a 2-time winner this season, winning at Martinsville and Rockingham. Alongside of him will be William Brock in car 4, the Kodak Film Chevy. Next row down, Rob Evans in number 8, the Budweiser Chevrolet, and number 19, it is Carson Gum in the Dodge Dealers Dodge. Next one down has number 40, Sky Cummins in the Coors Light Dodge car number 40, and number 48, Michael Whitman in the Lowe's Chevrolet. Next one down, Jeremy Diaz in 71, and the man Johnny Gardner got passed by on the last lap at Charlotte is here number 32, the Tide Pontiac of Matthew Logan. He won that race at Charlotte. Starting shotgun in the field would be Daniel Bouchard in car 55, the Aaron's Toyota, and number 6, the Valvoline Ford of Ryan Brommer. I might want to add, too, Matthew Logan coming into that Charlotte race was 40th in the points coming into that race, boy, and that win only moved them up to 38th. So here comes coming in the fire the engines for this race here at Dover.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
see the field of 40 lining off pit road here as they come down for 60 laps of action here today. This is the track that loves to chew up cars and spit them out, just like at Bristol usually. So we'll see what happens here on this racetrack here today. Seth Cole, he's won he's won before the season. In fact, 4 of our top 5 have not yet won this season. Seth Cole's the only exception. He starts from the pole, as I mentioned. And in fact, Seth and Phil Parker are the only 2 drivers to start in the top 10 that have won this season in the Castrol GTX Cup Series in season 24. So the field rolls off turn number 4. Pace car looks up on the pit road here. Pit speed limit is 35 miles an hour by way of Dover. And a very tight pit road, I might add, too, if they want to make pit stops during the caution flag as well. As the green flag flies, as they come to the start-finish line, we are racing at Dover. So for everybody trying to get single file whenever they can as they go through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Charles Sammer moves low side of Joshua Osborne at number 78 as they come off the 4th corner. Osborne gets his water shoe right on board with him at number 78. He's in 7th place right now, up ahead Phil Parker from his 10th starting position, for his 9th starting position, I should say, is up to 6th. Now Zach Rogers trying to get around the 11 car of Mitchell Collins as they go through the turns 1 and 2. Osborne will bring Charles Stamper with him, but here comes Stamper to the low side into turn number 3. Nothing doing at the moment as he'll regain his composure and move and try and attack on him again. And almost in contact there between the 5 and the 00 cars as Jefferson and Shearer almost got together to come off the 4th corner. And now they're beginning to get lined up single file here as they go into turn number 3. Zach Winkle has got a single file now here. So does Shane Lake, I think. Winkle up to 15th position. Winkle up to 14th, excuse me. Lake up to 15th. In the meantime, both Zach Rogers and Charles Stamper got moved up to the track right there in cars 33 and 24. Collins up to the high side to see if he can duck back in front of the 78. Yes, he does. Meantime, there's the top 3 at the moment here. It is Seth Cole, Keith Batson, and Levi McIntyre. McIntyre moves Batson up the track as they come off turn number 4. Side by side now for the moment as they go into turn number 1. Batson had second by about a half a car length. But when we get through turns 1 and 2, it's going to be Levi McIntyre up to 2nd place at the moment in number 99. Three Fords up in the top 3 spots here. You got 2 Fusions and a Taurus up in the top 3 spots here. Meantime, there's the look back in the back of the pack here. Ryan Bronner's already moved up a couple of spots here. He's now moved James Henry, Michael Whitman, Johnny Gardner up in the back of the pack here. Gardner's not a good qualifier for the 12 team, as he's kind of hoping for some attrition to happen here for him to get him back up to the front, or some way to get back on the front in the inside lane, if at all possible. Been a kind of a rugged season so far for Johnny Gardner in some ways too. The number 12 car here, not just because of what happened early a couple 3 days ago, but nonetheless, season-wise, it's been kind of mixed results for the 12 team. His best finish, by the way, was that 3rd at Charlotte, the race he almost won, the 600. He hopes to, like I said, he hopes to win one sometime later on this season. Two side-by-side packs going on here, the 5 and the 25, Jefferson and Parker, and then you got Shear and Deaver. Now Deaver looks slow, makes it 3 wide. Look at that 3-car moved up to the low side of the track. Deaver sitting solidly in the top 10 in the standings coming in this race. He's yet to win. He almost won Martinsville. He almost won that event. Except, as I mentioned, got passed with 5 laps to go by Kyle Matthews for the win. And here comes Collins to the low side of Osborne as they come out the 4th corner. He might have him. No, he does not. Osborne had the high line working to his advantage. And then into turn number 1, Osborne keeps 4th, and Collins runs 5th. Meantime, battle for 6th between Zach Rogers and Charles Sanford. In the 3rd and 4th turns they come as they come off the 4th corner. Here comes Sanford. I think, has got the high line. I think the high line may be the place to be here at Dover for some inexplicable reason. So Sanford keeps 6th. Here Rogers now in 7th. There's Jefferson 8th, Deaver 9th, and Parker running 10th. Jesse Turner runs 11th. 12th right now is Kev Shearer. Zach Winkle up to 13th. 14th is Cat Batson. 15th is Paul Minnick. Make that 15th is now Paul Minnick. 16th is Batson. 14th is Minnick. 15th is Batson. 16th is Lake. 17th is Jackson Haywood. 18th, Matt Haas, matching his car number. Dylan Potey runs 19th, and Dylan Young runs in 20th position. As you're right on board Dylan Young's car. Battle of the Dylans going on here, the 22 and the 2 cars. Young right now running 4.6 seconds back in the leader at the moment as he's now posted up on Matt Haas in the 18 car, which is the car on the bottom lane of the racetrack. So Young up to 19th position. 20th is now Benjamin Miles. Potey's now dropped to 21st. Kyle Matthews up to 22nd position as he's gotten by Mike Becker. 23rd is Becker. 24th is Hartnett. 25th is Orman. Then Brock's 26th. 27th is Ryan George. 28th is Quentin Moore. 29th, Carson Gum. 30th is Zachary Fitzwater. 31st is Commons. Then Evans, James Henry, Tristan Allen, Johnny Gardner, Bouchard, Logan, Whitman, Brommer, and Diaz. That's the running order in this race here so far. Back to the leaders here. Seth Cole continues to lead this race in car number 98. He's led all the way so far from the pole after 20 laps in the race. We have 40 laps remaining. But Levi McIntyre is trying to make the inside lane work as he moves to the low side of Seth Cole for the lead. Darn pace car. And he goes through turns 1 and 2. So Seth had that high lane working to his advantage. Batson has thoughts of making it 3 wide. He's going to push Levi McIntyre to the lead. So first lead change of the day. Levi McIntyre takes the 99 car to the top spot. Here comes Seth Cole to the, or I mean not Seth Cole, but Keith Batson to the low side. Batson to second, and now Batson going for the lead in an 88 car. Here comes McIntyre on the outside of the track. They're going to go toe-to-toe with each other in the turn number 3, and Batson has a slight engine on the inside lane. So Keith Batson takes the lead, and here comes that crossover move. McIntyre says, I've had enough of that. And he goes to the low side now, tries to take the lead back from Batson. So good racing going on right now, all of a sudden up front. So McIntyre leads. Here comes Batson. What's he gonna do to the low side of the track here? Is he gonna go to low? He's gonna peek down there. And here comes Seth Cole. He's watching all this from third spot here, and now Joshua Osborne is trying to get into it in that 78 car. So you got Toyota trying to join the contention of 3 Fords. Here comes Batson again to the low side of McIntyre, who's going to lead the slap. It's going to be McIntyre by about a car length over Batson. In the meantime, Seth Cole under the gun from Joshua Osborne in 78. Meantime, you got this clutter of cars happening here. Mitchell comes up on the high side now. Zach Rogers goes by him. Now Jay Jefferson's way high in that 5 car. And now Phil Parker doesn't get by the 11 machine, which he does. He actually moves the 11 up the track in turn 3. In the meantime, Cole Deaver up to the 6th position right now, with Charles Stamper up ahead of him in 5th. And now McIntyre is trying to take the lead back from Batson. And he's got it. So Keith Batson and Levi McIntyre both going at it. A couple of guys from the northern part of the country. McIntyre from Ohio, Batson from Maine, and he throw New York in there too with Seth Cole. So you got 3 Northerners and 1 from the South here. You got Joshua Osborne, a Kentucky native, in the inside. He tries to join this league, tries to join this battle as well. So in the top of it, you got 3 guys from the north, 1 from the south, and 1 from the west. Here with Charles Saber, he's here, the California guy, up in 5th position right now as they come through turns 3 and 4. McIntyre holds the lead here. Meantime, Seth Cole has gotten past Keith Batson for 2nd place. And we're halfway home, 30 in the books and 30 to go. So plenty of racing left to go at Dover. So the question is, who's going to win this race is going to be the question here. When they're battling up front there, it's going to be no telling who wins this race here. Seth trying to look on the inside of McIntyre, nothing doing, but now Keith Batson moves Seth up the track up for 2nd place, and he's got it. And Joshua Osborne sitting back there in 4th position thinking, where am I going to make my move as he moves low on the track? Maybe kind of the fact Seth Cole's going to stay high. Nope, he's not going to stay high, and Seth keeps 3rd position. But that don't mean Joshua's going to try again. I should say I don't mean Joshua's not going to try again, I should say here, because he does it on the backstretch. Nothing doing at the moment. Now Joshua's going to try to push Seth Cole up to 2nd place. And that's letting Charles Saber and Cole Deaver in this mix now, the 24 and the 3 cars. As Deaver's only a 2nd back in 6th position. So the choo-choo train still happens here at Dover National Speedway. It's not a drafting train like we saw at Talladega a couple races back, but still, this is good stuff. So McIntyre is now finally going to pull ahead to a clear advantage at the moment here. Batson 2nd, 3rd is Seth Cole, 4th is Osborne, 5th is Sanford, and 6th right now is Cole Deaver. Phil Parker's meanwhile is up to 7th place, as now moving Zach Rogers down to 8th. 9th is Jefferson, 10th is Mitchell Collins, then Turner, Minnick, Shearer, and Haywood, the top 14, then going up to 15th. And meantime, Kyle Matthews has gotten past Cat Batson for position. That's 17th, I believe. He's not taken. And that is 17th position for Kyle Matthews. He's now taken here. So he started this race in 31st position. And has moved his way up through the field. He actually he's still the points leader coming into this event at Dover, by the way. Over 2nd place Joshua Osborne in the points. Meantime, back to the leaders. It is still Levi McIntyre, but look at Keith Batson. Is Batson going to make a move again? See what happens come out the fourth corner. Nothing doing for the moment. Batson take a peek to the low side. But Levi keeps that car nailed to the bottom of the track here at number 99, at silver number 99. McIntyre's not yet won the season. Neither has Batson. And come to think of it, neither has Osborne, Sanford, nor Cole Deaver have all won. Seth Cole's the only one out of these six cars who have won this season. So the the Czar level is going to be sky high for this bunch. Osborne, meantime, took a peek to the low side of Seth Cole's car, but nothing doing there between those two cars. On board with Joshua Osborne in car 78. He runs in fourth. This time by 19 laps to go here at Dover. Laps are clicking off here very quickly. That was the completion of lap number 41. And there's a look from the roof cam of Charles Sanford's machine in the 24th car. He runs in 5th position. He is currently, well, he's currently 2/3 of a second behind the leader. Anytime Cole Deaver has close up the back bumper of him in that 3 car. And here comes Seth to the high side. Here comes Osborne to the low side of the track off turn number 4. Does he have him off the 4th corner? Nope. Six cars you could throw a blanket over. You could throw a blanket over pretty much, and they're separated by less than 3/4 of a second right now. So they go through the 3rd and 4th turns here. Batson trying to make a move on McIntyre. He stays within about 1/10 of a second on him in this race. Now in the turn number 3 they go. And the interval's still about the same here between the front 2 cars. What's Keith Batson gonna do? Batson winner twice last season. His wins came at Martinsville, and it came again at Charlotte. And speaking of that Charlotte race we had in the 600, by the way, we had a record number. We set a record of number of lead changes and leaders in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as that race has traded hands 55 times. Among 35 drivers, and that's an 80-lap event. So, top that in NASCAR. Anyway, into the 3rd turn they come here. We're about to complete the 47th lap here, as apparently Batson's dropped back just a little bit on McIntyre. Meantime, Cole Deaver tries to work on Charles Sanford for 5th position now. He moves to the low side of the track, trying to get a drive off Osborne's car. He might have him off turn number 2. There's going to be a drag race in the 3rd turn now. Sanford had a slight nose on Deaver, but Deaver's going to get him off turn number 4. Sanford's going to try to get him fight back on him. And that's like Phil Parker trying to close up on those 2 cars, as a matter of fact, to the 25 machine. And Deaver takes 5th from Sanford now. So move the Earnhardt colors up to the 5th spot. But Sanford says, hey, I saw that and I want that spot back. Here. What drama we have here at Dover so far. And we're just 10 laps from the finish this time. But it'll be 10 laps to go. We're actually down to 11. Now it'll be 10 to go this time by here. This McIntyre still holds that top spot for the moment. Who's going to make the move? If anybody's going to make the move. 50 down, 10 to go. Batson looks low on the racetrack here. Nothing, no dice. 9 to go. Rest of the top 10 remains. Parker in 7th. 8th is still Jefferson. 9th is still Zach Rogers. And Paul Minnick runs in 10th position. Here they come to the low side. Batson says go. McIntyre says no. 8 laps to go. In the third turn they come here. Batson appears to drop it just a little bit for maybe try to get another run. But now Seth Cole also drops to the low side as well, trying to get by Batson. Seven laps to go. Here comes Seth Cole to the low side of Keith Batson, trying for second place. In the meantime, Deaver tries to work on Joshua Osborne for fourth. Off turn number 2, Osborne slams the door on Deaver's face, and same with Batson on Seth Cole. "55 laps in the books, 5 laps to go." Close racing so far here at Dover Downs International Speedway, but nobody's made a move for position yet. Except for Deaver on Stanford for that 5th spot, though, but so far it's been the only spot Trey we've had these last few laps. And Phil Parker is coming, trying to make it a 7-car train. McIntyre to the high side. Batson closes up a little bit, going through turns 1 and 2. And now Batson goes high. Is here? Look through the 3rd and 4th turns here. Here comes Osborne, left side of Seth Cole, and Seth slams the door on Osborne's face. 3 laps to go. Oh boy, what's going to happen here? Here comes Sanford to the low side now of Deaver. 2 laps to go. If Batson's going to make his move, he's going to have to do it now. Let's see what happens through turns 1 and 2. McIntyre knows one slip and Batson's by him. Off to number 4 they come. Let's see what happens on the last lap. The white flag waves. 1 lap to go here at Dover. Levi McIntyre has not yet won the season. He's come close a couple times, but it appears he might hold off Batson as they provide what happens through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Batson's not yet close enough, but he will not be off the 4th turn they come. The FedEx 400 belongs to Thrash Maniac himself. Levi McIntyre wins at Dover. What a fine drive by Levi McIntyre. Held off Keith Batson. Batson pretty much guessed whichever move Batson was going to try to make. Great driving of that 99 for that 99 team here. Keith Batson comes home 2nd. 3rd place will go to Seth Cole. 4th, Joshua Osborne. Cole Deaver will go 5th. 6th place will go to Charles Samper. 7th to Phil Parker. 8th to Jay Jefferson. 9th to Zach Rogers. And Paul Minnick comes home in 10th. Caution-free average speed of 161.555. That's the average speed in this race here at Dover. But I tell you what, don't say Keith Batson didn't try in his last few laps. That was like I said, that was some good racing right here among those top 6 cars. So 14 lap races are in the books, and 20 races are left to go on the season. As we will head to Riverside next on the tour, the 2nd road course stop of the season. That's next on the tour. Rest of the finishing order for here, Mitchell Collins finishes 11th in car number 11. So good day for the FedEx team. Jesse Turner 12th, 13th Jackson Haywood, Kev Shearer 14th, Kyle Matthews. Where did he start in this race? He started 31st in this race. So Kyle Matthews started 31st, and he ends up finishing in 15th. So Matthews with a great pickup in today's event. Dylan Young 16th, 17th will go to Matt Haas, Cat Batson 18th, Dylan Poteet 19th, and Shane Lake will finish in 20th position. Benjamin Miles Smart matches his car number, finishing 21st. Quentin Moore, Emmanuel Harnett, Zach Winkle, Nathan Orman, Zachary Fitzwater, Johnny Gardner, Carson Gumman, Mike Becker, and Ryan George, the top 30. Rest of the finishing order for you here today: William Brock, Tristan Allen, Sky Commons, Rob Evans, James Henry, Daniel Bouchard, Ryan Brommer, Michael Whitman, Matthew Logan, and Jeremy Diaz, the top 40 in today's event. So that will do it here today from Dover Downs International Speedway. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got inter races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA goes or desires. And be sure to check out also our NNSCRA online racing videos as well, from any of our online series as well. And of course, also bear in mind, and of course, Seth Cole will be excuse me, will be coming up. Will be coming up with his Xfinity series coming soon. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And also be sure to check out the Duracell Cup Series, the Budweiser All Pro Series, and on Thrashmania 899's channel, the Marvel Studios Cup Series. Be sure to check those series out as well. There's some of the best offline stuff, some of the best online and offline stuff from the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So that will do it here today at Dover Downs International Speedway. Here, congratulations again to Levi McIntyre, the winner of the FedEx 400. Pronounced James Walls in production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Riverside.